It's not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in this video. If you guys are watching what's going on in the market, there is extreme fear. Look where the fear and greed index is at. It is saying that people are afraid. And what did Warren Buffett say? He said to buy when they're afraid and to be afraid when they're greedy. And you know what's happening in the market? Retail investors are buying the dips, while a lot of these institutions are selling off. You're seeing retail investors jumping in and buying the dip. And you know where they learned this behavior? They learned this dip buying behavior because of AMC and GME. The last 5 years has trained us very, very well. And I'm not telling anybody to buy, hold, or sell any stock. What I'm telling you is this, that retail investors have learned to buy the dip from 5 years of being abused by the naked shorters, while the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI practice willful blindness to all the fraud and corruption in the market. And now, these same retail investors who've been sitting on dry powder are buying up the dips in a lot of good stocks. Tesla, Amazon, Nike, Meta, they are buying the dips, and this has to be sending the hedge funds and the market makers crazy. You know why? Because this is the opposite of what usually happens. Usually what happens is this: when the market starts crashing, what do retail investors usually do? They usually start panic selling. But that's not what's happening now. What's happening now, if you look at the numbers, the amount of retail investors buying the dip has more than quadrupled. Retail investors have learned that when the market goes down, especially in great companies, it is going to go back up. The AMC and GME boot camp that we've been in for the last 5 years has hardened us. What they say, iron hardens iron. Well, AMC and GME has hardened retail investors so that when they see extreme fear in the market, they pull out that dry powder and they keep buying the dips, because they know eventually the good companies are going to go back up. And this is not what the hedge funds like. This is not what the market makers like. This is not what the banks like. They like us dumping our shares low so they could buy them up even lower. But the exact opposite is happening now. Bottom line is this: retail investors have learned a lot over the last 5 years, and we've learned how to deal with these bad actors. Now all we have to do is get them in court and get the judge to order them to turn over those blue sheets, and then we're going to see some real justice in the United States stock market. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Why do you think retail investors are buying the dips instead of selling? Is it because they've been trained well with AMC and GME over the last 5 years? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on the journey with me.